It's in the journey. And I think we miss it so many times. We want the place of arrival. We want God, just tell me where to be. And he's like, if I told you where to be, you would miss the 5 steps I need you to take to get there. You would take the shortest path, you jump in the car and get there, and you get there, and you wouldn't learn the things I need you to learn to get there. So even in this space for you and Ransom, God is teaching you some things to get you to the next place. Patience, enjoy his timing, and that's hard sometimes. Morgan just got from Tamra a starter for oh, what's the bread? It just went completely blank.
Sourdough.
Sourdough bread.
Saw that on
So
social.
my hunger did not make the bread rise any faster. Like, think about that. Your desire to be who God made you to be doesn't speed the time up. Doesn't matter how bad you want it. Doesn't matter how long you've been stuck here and now you want to arrive at this place. That doesn't get you to the place of being prepared. It took time for that bread over the course of days. I had to watch it. What are we doing? And before you could even put get it to the place where then it starts to rise, and then it's got to rise, and then you get it to the baking, and it took forever to bake. But when I finally tasted it, the process was worth it. And I think that's where we have to understand is trust God in the process. Trust him in the steps, because when you get there and you taste it, you'll understand the why behind it. And y'all have heard me say this before. There's been so many seasons in my life that I had just had to realize that I couldn't prepare for them. God had been preparing me for them. When you stop and look back, when you hit that moment, the season of preparation goes beyond what I could do. It also included what God was doing or undoing. I guarantee you, I would not be here on the screen with you guys today. I wouldn't be in this church building if I would have done all these things under my own preparation, what I saw needed to be done. I would be on a completely different path. But God was preparing me. God was undoing some mindsets. God was changing some things. God was putting me in spaces with other people. And then when I go back and look at his timing, I can even see moments where I struggled the most is when I got ahead of him or I got behind him. That's the purpose of really leaning in. Who's leading, you or God? If he's leading, then you have to lean into that and trust his timing, trust his direction. Trust sometimes he's going to slow down because he knows you got to go through this process slowly. You can't go through quickly. If thinking back, this whole conversation started around Morgan and I starting 75 hard today. I can't go through these 75 days quickly. It is 75 days, and I have to learn something here. I can't go any faster. Lord knows I don't want to go any slower. So, Lord, I'm just going to trust this. There's times we have to go through hard things. And if it was up to us, we would run through it. God, I just got to get through this because I know you're going to do something on the other side. And he's like, yes, but you have to understand there is something in this process that is required because of what's been done to you, for you, or by you. I either have to get something off of you or I've got to get something into you to prepare you for the next. And you have to trust the process. Look at the world around us, going back to that unique thing. Right now, we're all in the growing seasons of the trees around us. There are some trees that bloom immediately, there are some that won't bloom for some time. And I think we have to trust God's plan for us right here. So the only thing we can do is say, God, what is your plan for me? What does this look like? And Sharon, you're exactly right. There's been times where I thought God was doing something quickly and orchestrate something, and then it'd fall off. When it was supposed to happen, it didn't happen. I'm like, God, but when it did happen, it was amazing. It was exactly when it was supposed to happen, and there was no doubt that God was in it. Because it was just when it happened, all things fell into place. You're like, oh my gosh, this was good. So just trust him in that process, and all the things you're going through is just sharpening you to be what you need to be.